Busy NBA weekend with a ton of games. Let's break down 4 things that I want to talk about today. Let's go. The first thing they did on ESPN, they did a full NBA MVP straw poll, and here are the results. You could see Shay is the runaway leader to win MVP. Not really surprised by that. Best team in the league. He's the best player. He's had a whole bunch of guys out. He's playing well. I got that. Jokic, number 2. I think he's the best player in the world, but whatever. Number 3, though, that's where we get some interesting stuff. Cade Cunningham coming in at number 3. This I would have to agree with. I think of anybody not in the top 5 of players in the world right now, which the top 5 players in the world are Shay, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, Wemby. Of those 5, though, outside of those 5, the person I think that should jump into it would be Cade Cunningham. He would be my pick here too. And the big thing that we're going to see is what happens if Luka misses more games. He won't be able to be picked because of the 65 game rule. Jokic too. I think he can. If he misses 2 more games, he's out. Right? He can't get there because of the 65 game rule. And even Victor Wembanyama has a chance to not make it because of games missed. Because of the 65 game rule, we're going to see a weird looking MVP ballot this year because Giannis is already out because he's missed too many games. I think Luka is going to end up being out. Jokic can only miss 2 more games. If he misses 2 more games, he's gone. Shea has the ab injury. I think he's only missed 9 games, so he's got more to go. But as I've said many times, ab injuries are scary. Very, very scary. So I don't know if he's going to come back, when he's going to come back, if he's going to even be healthy. So that's one to look at too. And then the Spurs with Wembenyama, you never know with him. You never know with being that size and if they're going to try to ease him back towards the end of the year because they're already in a good standing, they may happen. But I really like Cade Cunningham as the guy outside of the top 5 to jump into this. I think he has been the most impactful for winning, which is what MVP is. I really, really liked what he is doing. And then I would go with this too. Jaylen Brown would be my next pick after him to help jump up in there to get into that top 5 of the MVP. I think that would be awesome, awesome, awesome. And a surprise one here, not really surprised, but I think he's coming if the Clippers keep doing this, because Kawhi Leonard's been playing his butt off. Absolute butt off. He has been a freaking stud. If he keeps going and stays healthy, I know that's a giant if. Giant if. I get that. But if he's able to keep doing, expect him to climb, 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 especially if Jokic, Luka, Wemby, possibly Shea fall out because of the 65 game rule. The next topic I want to attack is Kevin Pelton on ESPN did his prediction for the 2028 USA roster for basketball. So I want to kind of break it down, my thoughts and stuff like that. You could see here Cooper Flag, Con Knipple, Jalen Duren, Amen Thompson, Scotty Barnes, Cade, Ant, Chet Holmgren, J-Dub, Halliburton, Bam, and Tatum. I think this is a good team. There's a few that I would kind of play around with in here, but we can kind of see. But the big thing we got to know is Steph going to want to play again? I doubt it. That's in 2 years. He may be done. Kevin Durant has already said that he wants to play in 2028. So who comes out? Who comes out if those two want to play? If Durant wants to play, he's going to be on the team. I'm sorry. He's like one of the best USA Olympic players of all time. If he wants to play, he's going to be on the team. Same as Steph Curry after what he did to France. If he wants to play, he's going to be on the team. So who would be the ones that come off? What I would predict that if Durant wants to play, I think he would probably take this Scotty Barnes spot. The reason being is it would be between Amen and Scotty, but I would probably take Scotty off and keep Amen because Amen can guard smaller. So they're going to need somebody to guard Shea, right? Jamal Murray. They're going to need somebody to guard the smaller guys. That's where Amen comes in. So I get that. The other big one is, how is J-Dub going to be? Because his hand does not look right now. If he gets back to the way he was last year, he deserves to be on his team. He's going to be on his team. He can shoot, he can guard, he can board. He plays a good um, Olympic European style game. He's going to fit. How is Halliburton and Tatum going to come back from the Achilles? If either one of them is slow, you may want to bump one of them if they're not feeling up to. The other one that I'm kind of iffy on is Bam here. Now we need some vets. Now we have some vets, but we're going to need a few more. I don't know if Bam would be the guy that I would want to start. Was he going to be starting at center with Chet and Duran and Bam? Maybe is he going to start? He has experience on the team, so that's probably why he's there. But I could see them maybe pushing him out for if we want Steph or if we want KD, because KD can play the four and kind of push Duran and Chet down there. Really interesting. Plus, you got the guy, Cooper Flag, right? And so he can kind of do whatever we need, guard, play big, play inside, all that stuff. He can do it all. So I think this is a really solid team. It just, do Steph and KD want to play? And are these injured players right now? How are they going to be coming back? Next up, I want to talk about some of the standings thing, where we are heading into the playoffs. So again, like I've talked about before, I think the bottom five in each conference is kind of done. They're tanking. They're out. They're not going to try to catch anybody. The Bucks are 3 games back of Charlotte, 3 games in the win column, but Charlotte's playing really well. The Bucks are playing okay. I don't see them catching them. I actually see Charlotte jumping Atlanta and possibly catching the Heat or Orlando. That I think would be fun because you could see this from Toronto down to Atlanta. They've been playing, all these teams have been playing very mediocre, and they're falling in the standings and creating this space. I think the top 4 is set. There may be some shuffling between 2, 3, 4, blah, all in there. But I think the top 4 is set. The 5 and 6, I would assume, I will go out on a limb and say I think Toronto's going to stay at the 5. They're not playing as well. They have won 2 in a row, but they're kind of come down a little bit. I would say they're probably going to stay at the 5. It's that 6 through 10 that I don't really know how that's going to be the race in the East right now, is the 6 with Philadelphia down to the 10. I don't think Milwaukee is going to get in there. They're out, right? It's that 6 through 10. Who wants it? Who wants to get up into that 6 spot? Could Charlotte jump some of these teams? Could they catch them with how well they've been playing? Again, I see Orlando, Miami, Atlanta kind of still playing mediocre ball, 500 ball, 6 and 4, 4 and 6, kind of staying that way throughout the rest of the year. So I could see Charlotte, if they're able to kind of keep rolling, going back up there. Now out west, it's a little different, but kind of the same. Bottom 5, out. They're done. They're not playing anymore. They're not even anywhere involved. They are 5 games back. The Grizzlies, I don't see them putting anything together to go. Plus, I don't see any of these teams falling. The biggest faller here is, sadly, the Phoenix Suns. Sadly, because you can see over here, Dylan Brooks is out for 4 to 6 weeks. And Devin Booker is already out with a hip. And a hip, kind of like your abs and your low back, you can't do anything without your hip. So I could see them falling. I don't know how much, though. They do have a pretty sizable lead on LA and Portland. So I don't know how much they're going to fall, but I could see them falling. I would see them probably getting a 3 and 7 in their next 10, something like that. But if you go to the top, OKC is going to win the West. I think San Antonio is going to be pretty solidified at the 2. It's going to be the 3, 4, 5, 6, and I don't think any of them are going to come. How is that going to play out? The 3, 4, 5, 6 of these teams, and you can see by the differential, I agree with. I think LA is the worst of these teams, but I also think Houston is playing like complete dog crap. That loss to New York was awful. They should be embarrassed. A team with that much individual talent. I won't go on too much of a rant. Save that for a long form video on my other channel. They should be embarrassed. They did not play well offensively. How do you guys? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I would assume LA will probably go to the 6 seed. Minnesota up to the 4. Houston to the 5, and Denver probably staying in that 3 range. That would be my prediction of these. Then when it comes to the 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm going to predict, I think the Suns are probably going to fall to the 9 or 10 just because of injury. I think they're going to probably win some games because they're just hard asses that play hard. But with Booker out for an extended period of time and Brooks out, that's probably going to take him to almost playoff time, right? They're going to fall out. I think Golden State has the most potential upside because they're playing okay right now, and they don't have anybody. They don't have Porzingis, they don't have Draymond, and they don't have Steph. So if they get those guys back, I could see them jumping, and probably I see them getting to the 7 seed. And honestly, as much as I love the Portland Trail Blazers, I think they'll probably fall to the 10. Clippers are going to climb up to the 8, and the Suns fall down to the 9. That's my prediction for that. But when it comes to standings, I got one more thing for you. This Phil Jackson 40-20 rule. In order to be a legitimate NBA title team, you need to win 40 games before you lose 20 games. Again, this has since 2008's 91% hit rate. I think, and the years that it has not were the 04 Pistons, which beat this Phil Jackson rule, but they got a giant trade, getting Rasheed Wallace midseason at the trade deadline that just took them sky high. The other one of note was the post-bubble Bucks season. Now, I don't know about you if you had kids during the COVID era. I take all of that stuff out. None of that stuff means anything. COVID, the 2020 bubble title, and then the year after are so weird, so chaotic, so abnormal that it's hard to put any of these rules to that. So then we go back to the standings and we see which teams have hit that 40-20 rule. Right now, 3. Only 3. Detroit, Oklahoma City, and the Spurs. The only 3 teams to do the 40 before 20. The Celtics, if they can run a 3-game win streak, they can be that 4th team to be a 40 wins before your 20 losses. So according to Phil Jackson, our title teams are Pistons, OKC, and Spurs. And if I were to rank them right now, of those 3, I would do OKC 1, Detroit 2, Spurs 3. But if I did without any of that, I would have Denver higher because I feel like they're at a loss right now because of all the injuries. Jokic was hurt, Gordon, Watson, Brown, Cam Johnson, pretty much their whole damn team besides Murray. Right. But can the Celtics win 3 in a row and get them to that 40-20 rule? So do you think the 40-20 rule is going to work this year? 91% of the time it does work. Do you think it's going to work this well this year? I don't know. Possibly. Let me know in the comments what you think. Also, thanks for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Join this family. Trying to grow this other channel along with my long form content channel called Basketball FTW. This is Basketball FTW Quick Takes. Again, like, subscribe, follow along. Talk soon.